Hello everyone. I'm going to check this out. This is Origin Foods on Facebook. We never forgot. Well, I don't forgive and I don't forget. And I know that you're hiding, Charles Bryant. You are the Demonslayer, a slanderer, a demon on YouTube. Entrepreneur, Huntsville, Alabama. Huh. So this guy, Charles Bryant, has been in the news. They're accusing him of fraud with this Origin Foods. He's trying to get money.
All right, everyone. It's time to clear the air and get everyone on the same page. On TikTok, Origin Foods is getting noticed by people within the community. People who remember what this place was, former employees, former customers, people who were changed by... All right, everyone.
That's quite a voice, isn't it? My goodness.
Are actually starting to notice. They are
Sorry about that. That's quite a voice, isn't it? A munchkin sounding high-pitched voice. Oh my goodness. Look at the big sneakers, the oversized sneakers and the trash bag purse. Look at this. Is it wearing a dress or is that a cape? What is that? Is that a gown? Look at this. That's crazy. Isn't it? What do you think?
All right, everyone. It's time to clear the air and get everyone on the same page. On TikTok, Origin Foods is getting noticed by people within the community. People who remember what this place was, former employees, former customers, starting to leave comments. They are reposting videos. They are saving videos. They're letting us know they're following Origin Foods. They are showing their support. And what this proves is that we never forgot isn't just a little saying. It isn't just a cookbook. It isn't just a collection of recipes or a grocery tote bag or a song. This is a collective of people.
Calm down, little Charles. Little munchkin. Look at this. What a freak. What an absolute freak. Look at him. Just look at him. What a loser. What a loser.
We used to be a community. We used to have something here that Huntsville carelessly threw away and then replaced with a broken water machine and overpriced processed food. We don't care if it has the name Loma Linda on it, if it's $40 a can. And we never forgot actually means that we remember what actually worked here. And that means that we're not okay with a broken status quo. So I encourage everyone to go hop over on TikTok and connect with the community, because if you remember Garden Cove produce, if the legacy of artist and Edna Sidney mattered to you, if this place changed your life, if you care about healthy eating, if you care...
He's bringing up people's names that he's not associated with, talking about their legacy. He's trying to leech off their famous name and attach himself. Wow, look at this. You know he's in the news for being a fraud? Did you know that? He's in the news for being a fraud. No, I'm serious. Check this out, everyone. I'm serious. News 19. Looks like the CBS all-seeing eye symbol. I wish it would just say what it is, but I think that's what it is, the all-seeing eye. News 19 station. In Huntsville, it's 90 degrees. Hot as fuck there. That's Fahrenheit for my European and British viewers. 90 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Celsius would be 30-something, I believe. Maybe it'd be 33, I don't know. I'd have to check. This was June 2025, it looks like. Posted by Dallas Parker in Huntsville, Alabama. Dispute grows over former natural foods store's legacy. Can they talk about the store? Someone happened to see the flyer over the counter at the post office at Oakwood University. Artist Sydney, founder of the original store, said, "They immediately called me wondering if we were planning to reopen our store. Artis and Edna Sidney said they were never contacted about the Origin Foods project and now worry former customers are being misled into thinking they're involved. These poor old people retired, and this Charles Bryant creep is using their name and flyers and videos. It just kind of concerned us that it was a fraud. People were going to send money to this person, meaning Charles Bryant, to reopen our business that we had closed, said Artis. But Charles Bryant says it's no fraud. Yeah, I'm sure. And reopening Garden Cove was never the plan. He says Origin Foods is entirely new, centered on affordable, heritage-based vegetarian meals, inspired by his working at Garden Cove. Our plan is to revive recipes that remind you of things your grandmother might have made, Bryant said. Authentic vegetarian food that lands with everyone. Meat eaters alike. Oh, vegetarian food that lands with everyone, including meat eaters. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Bryant says the QR code on his original flyer featured Garden Cove's building and images of the Sidneys to show respect. Well, they didn't take it as respectful because you're not respectful. Not imply affiliation. He acknowledges the flyer may have caused confusion. May have caused. Well, it did cause confusion. A lot of people. Maybe that, and this is the way narcs speak, maybe that was on us, not to be so vague. Narcs are often vague to mislead people, and to be a little bit more specific, he said. But no, we're not copying them. Oh, sure. We're remembering Garden Cove. They're not copying. We're not? Who's we? We're not. It's just you, isn't it? Isn't your little company just you? Bryant says he hopes to buy the old building. It's millions of dollars for that property. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have a pot to piss in. Partner with local farms and schools and bring dignity and affordability to healthy food. And despite the tension, he still wants to honor the past. Garden Cove worked in 1985, he says, but it wouldn't work in 2025. Origin Foods will. Meanwhile, they had a business for over 30 years that did work, but he's saying Origin Foods will. Origin Foods is just a name. He doesn't own a store. This is the hubris and just the arrogance of a narcissistic creature. That's what it is. It's actually sickening. I wish they would have shown his picture here, but his name is right in here. Right here. Charles Bryant says it's no fraud. Charles Bryant, right there. Charles Bryant of Origin Foods. It's just a business and a name. That's all it has. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't hired anyone, sold anything. What a creep. What a creepy creature. Creepy creature. Creepy creature. Hello. Let's check this out for a minute. This is on GoFundMe. Help Derek and Charles build a village. Derek DiCarlo ran this GoFundMe. And Charles Matthew Bryant, Charles M. Bryant, the one I just showed from Huntsville, Alabama, that's trying to commit fraud against a grocery store that used to exist, that was closed, and people retired. They ran it for 31 years, I think it was. It's over 30 years. I think it said 31. Derek DiCarlo, right here, ran this with Charles. And they got over $5,000. I don't know if Derek gave Charles any money, but $5,327 raised out of $10K. Maybe you should start another one. This was 3 years ago. He needs money again. He should start another GoFundMe. He needs more money. Derek does. So does Charles. He wants to buy that property where the grocery store used to be. Low-cost housing. Look at this. So this is Help Derek DiCarlo. As you can see right here, It's public. Derek DiCarlo and Charles Bryant. They wanted to start a village and live together. Derek DiCarlo in Plymouth, Massachusetts, right there. Massachusetts. I have trouble saying that. Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Plymouth. Organizer Derek DiCarlo right here. Right there. And it's right here too. It's right on the screen. Derek DiCarlo. A guy that has threatened to and plotted to murder me. He's plotted to end my life, and I believe Charles may have been involved, and Mushroom Coyote, a.k.a., what's his name? Kai Marco Weldon, and Charles M. Bryant are involved in this, as far as I know, as far as I can tell at this point. But they're going to be investigated. Let's go back here to Origin Foods on Facebook. See where we are. Huntsville, Alabama, Origin Foods. Store associate, okay. Music, Precious Lord, Take My Hand. What kind of dark lord is this thing praying to? Creepy creature. Creepy.
Hi, so I don't think I've ever actually shared what my vision for Origin Foods is. Hi, so I don't think I've ever actually shared what my vision for Origin Foods is. If so, if anyone's curious, I'm here to talk about it with you for a moment. First, to understand what it's going to feel like going into Origin Foods, it's based on the memory of Garden Cove produce. So, if you know what the sensory experience of Garden Cove was like, walking into that front door with that beautiful scarecrow mural, and seeing the shopping carts and the tables filled with the bananas and other things, and the scent of the grains and the bulk room and the spices and all the fresh produce coming out of the produce area, I want you to be hit with that again. I want that to have enough time to build up in the building before the doors even open, so that when you walk in there, it's like it triggers that memory for those of us who actually shopped here, that memory of what that smell was like. Because ever since this place closed, every time you walk into a grocery store, especially a health food store, it doesn't smell like this. But I want to elevate that and take it a step further, where, you know, a lot of grocery stores, I'm not sure if you know this, they try to pipe in the smell of, like, it's artificial, of course, baked goods like cookies or brownies or something, or muffins, to give you this aroma that triggers your senses and makes you want to buy more things. Instead, I want you to be hit with the aroma of something scratch made directly.
Hi, I'm Charles Bryant. Hi.
From our deli. I want you to know what that feeling is like, to actually not only smell something that's alive and fresh and scratch made, but get the chance to taste it before you buy it, and maybe even look over and hear somebody playing a song on the piano by the checkout. And, you know, a place where you can go on a Sunday afternoon and get lunch and hang out with your family, maybe share a recipe or two and get groceries for the week. I want a place where you can stop worrying about recalls and worrying about if food is too expensive or if it's unhealthy, where you can just park your car and just plan your meals. That's Origin Foods. So that's what We Never Forgot means. We remember what it felt like to go into a store like this, and it's the whole initiative to not only bring it back, but carry it forward and make it stronger than ever before.
This is so cringe and so cheesy. The piano playing. Oh my goodness. That's a jump scare. July 31st, 2026. 2026. My goodness.
Let's talk about dynamic pricing. Yesterday I had a woman come through the checkout line and she just had a few small produce offerings. She was worried about being able to cover her bill. She was short, so a lady behind her thankfully stepped up and helped pay for the rest of her groceries. But it reminded me right then and there. You can't see it, but at the back of this room, there was a little table. And on that table, instead of throwing away produce that had started to turn, they would sell it to you at a reduced rate, so that it didn't get wasted, so that it would move off the floor. This practice was normal. It wasn't like these things were just on sale. This was always available to anyone who walked to the back of the store and found that little table. Dynamic pricing can be actually something that changes the entire game and helps all of us, not just the bottom line.
He loves using footage of someone else's building and their business. Where's your building? Where's your business?
My God, this is the third batch of organic mini muffins that I made, and I ran out of an ingredient, so instead I made peanut butter cinnamon raisin muffins. And no, they're not as good as the carrot cake muffins, but my God, I mean, I've already been snacking on them nonstop, and they're still overflowing. This was one batch, and I've eaten like 15 or 16 muffins or something stupid, but I did the math on them, and they're roughly about 30 cents per muffin is what the cost of these is. And you just contrast that with the processed food that everybody else eats. And even the organic options they have for like... You are scrolling past the single most viable consumer play in the market because it doesn't come with a software subscription fee, while you're funding yet another mediocre app that loses $40 million a quarter. Everyday consumers are literally...
So he's calling himself an entrepreneur here. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
standing in checkout lines begging for a transparent whole food supply chain that actually delivers on affordability and health. This isn't a theoretical pitch deck cooked up in an incubator. It's a battle-tested model built from the ground up by someone who understands retail, supply, and actual consumer demand better than your entire investment portfolio combined. Keep scrolling for another slide about synergy, or fund something that actually matters. We never forgot. Oh my God, I thought these muffins would last. I'm probably gonna eat them up so fast, but I don't care because it's got monk fruit in them and they're organic. But yeah, I might want to go back to Whole Foods and get some more of those raisins and make some more of these. Holy cow, these are good. But yeah. Oh my God, I thought these muffins would last. I'm probably gonna eat them up so fast, but I don't care because it's got monk fruit in them and they're organic. But yeah, I might want to go back to Whole Foods and get some more of those raisins and make some more of these. Holy cow, these are good. But yeah, I mean, the pie is good too. The pie is stupid good. I haven't even tried it again with the red bananas, but I know it's going to be good. The roasts are fantastic. I bet you I'm going to end up with more than 2 weeks worth of food here, except for the muffins. They're not going to last. Every single day I watch people come in and spend money on packaged processed.
So it says right here, Origin Foods is in Huntsville, Alabama, United States. Morning sunshine muffins, the kind that don't last. And he just writes this whole big fucking little miniature book, it almost seems like. It's just pages. He loves to write a bunch of shit, and nobody's watching. There's only 2 likes on this.
Food like muffins. And they're so unhealthy. But my family can't get enough of these from the Mitchell sisters. And so I'm going to make some more. Okay, now for these morning sunshine muffins, these are fabulous. And even though this does take a little bit of labor, you have to finely grate 2 cups of carrots. You can buy pre-shredded carrots, but I think you get a better texture if you just get the carrots and grate them.
What do you think of Charles's voice? What do you think of Charles Bryant's voice here? What do you think? My goodness.
Yourself. It is a lot more labor, but it's a lot cheaper too. It cost me $1.79. Grocery prices are absolutely out of control right now. So watch me take these old cookbooks and still feed myself affordable, healthy food for the next 2 weeks. From the Mitchell sisters, we took the East Coast nut roast and made it the Origin Foods nut roast. So I'm going to start with my nut roast ingredients, and we're going to toast them up as well. Now for the nut roast, we're going to use this Indian everything. Grocery prices are absolutely out of control right now.
Does anyone get tired of that cheesy piano music in the background of all of his shitty videos? Does anyone get tired of the voice? Look at this. God damn. How annoying.
So watch me take these old cookbooks and still feed myself affordable, healthy food for the next 2 weeks. Okay, now I'm going to give you all the truth here. I'm going to split this up into more than one video so that we do this by individual recipe. But before I even get started, vegetarian food is intimidating to people for this exact reason. There are a ton of ingredients involved here, but I want you to know that all of these ingredients, except for maybe just a handful, are going to actually be overlapping through a lot of the recipes I'm going to do today. And so what I like to do, and I think anybody that cooks with this much should do this, get everything out and lay it out on, I've got a separate table here because I have the space to do it in this kitchen. Grocery prices are absolutely out of control right now. So watch me take these old cookbooks and still feed myself affordable, healthy food for the next 2 weeks. Now, I have to go to 3 different stores today to do this. I use Whole Foods, Sprouts, and our wild card is going to be this little local store called El Patron here in Huntsville, Alabama. That's where I go to get red bananas. But if you don't have a Whole Foods or a Sprouts, you can apply the Foods, Sprouts, and our wild card is going to be this little local store called El Patron here in Huntsville, Alabama. That's where I go to get red bananas. But if you don't have a Whole Foods or a
Here, here! Step right up! Meet Fibrotein, the revolutionary vegetable protein for the modern American table. From wholesome soy fiber...
Let's check out some of the photos here. Oh, he's carrying 2 purses? He's got a trash bag style purse. And then he's got this one. Looks like a 2-purse day for Charles in the girly sunglasses and what would you call that? A cloak, a dress, a cape? Not really a cloak. Look at this. And the oversized sneakers. What do you think? What do you think of Charles? There's that bag again. Is that a purse? What is that? I'm not sure. What's on the hoodie? He doesn't look too happy. He doesn't look too happy. He doesn't look too happy. Charles. He doesn't look too happy. What's going on? Oh, did he take one of the murals and put it on a hoodie? Did he take someone's artwork and steal it and put it on a hoodie? My goodness, that's not a good thing to do. I think that's what he did. I think he took this mural and he put it on his hoodie. Origin Foods, that's somebody else's artwork on that building. That's not yours. That's not yours, Charles. That's not yours. He put their mural on his hoodie. And you can't use that for Origin Foods. That's someone else's work. He really likes nuts, doesn't he? Here's peanuts. Noodling. What's this? Fuck. Gross. He's eating all this canned shit. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Creepy creature. Creepy creature. Creepy creature. Creepy creature. I'm going to scroll down through these pictures. What a creepy, creepy creature. Creepy creature. Creepy, creepy, creepy creature. That's a witch. I think that's a witch there, isn't it? Setting up a display of Loma Linda cans outside of a shut-down grocery store. Creepy creature. Creepy creature. I wonder if they think he's mental in Huntsville, Alabama. Creepy creature. Creepy creature. Creepy creature. Creepy, creepy creature. Get those likes up on this video. Like the video. Support my channel. Support something real. Instead of supporting shit channels and fakes, creeps and frauds. Try supporting something real. Creepy creature. What a creepy, creepy creature. Creepy creature. Creepy, creepy creature. What are you going to do? What are you going to support? You going to support freaks and creeps? I don't know. What are you going to do? Let's go to the About section. Creepy, creepy creature. What are you going to do? What are you going to support? You going to support this creep?
You know, I keep posting every day, and I will continue to post every day, because if I don't, then history just gets erased. Then people that are trying to destroy our community landmarks and people that don't care that our food system is serving us processed food that is way too expensive, and now produce that we can't even trust with the whole cyclospora outbreak. You just can't quit. So of course you keep going. And at this point, it's obvious that the local gatekeepers who wanted to silence
the fucking piano music, god damn,
entire Origin Foods narrative have now lost the plot, and now they have to deal with the community asking them, why haven't you fixed the water machine? Why are you asking them?
And there's the Sanpaku eyes, of course. Look at the eyes. Look at the eyes right there. Look at the eyes bugging out of the head. Sanpaku eyes. My goodness.
All right, everyone. All right, everyone. It's time to clear the air and get everyone on the same page. On TikTok, Origin Foods is getting noticed by people within the community. People who remember what this place was, former employees, former customers, people who were changed by this place are actually starting to notice. They are starting to leave comments. They are reposting videos. They are saving videos. They're letting us know they're following Origin Foods. They are showing their support. And what this proves is that we never forgot isn't just a little saying. It isn't just a cookbook. It isn't just a collection of recipes or a grocery tote bag or a song. This is a collective of people. We used to be a community. We used to have something here that Huntsville carelessly threw away and then replaced with a broken water machine and overpriced processed food. We don't care if it has the name Loma Linda on it, if it's $40 a can. And we never forgot actually means that we remember what actually worked here. And that means that we're not okay with a broken status quo. So I encourage everyone to go hop over on TikTok and connect with the community, because if you remember Garden Cove produce, if the legacy of artist and Edna Sidney mattered to you, if this place changed your life, if you care about healthy eating, if you care about the future of our food, and if you're just tired of the way groceries are today, and you're fed up with food prices, This is your space. This is your collective, and this is your community. It only takes one person to ignite the fire, but the community is what sets it ablaze. Because we're serious. We're not just going to stop here. You can erase the paint, but you will not erase the community. You will not erase what this stood for.
Well, I may be new to the business world and LinkedIn, but I'm not new to common sense. And I've lived in the French Quarter, and I know what innovation looks like, and I know when something actually needs to be preserved. Just because something has been around for a long time doesn't mean it didn't work. And just because something got stolen from us through embezzlement, and just because it got erased, doesn't mean that it didn't matter. But you try telling that to people who think that Impossible Burgers and $40 cans of soy dogs are okay.
Never mind that those soy dogs and soy slop came from something older that actually made sense and still works today. But no, let's just stay with something broken and ignore the solution. We never forgot.
It just kind of concerned us that it was a fraud. People were going to send money to this person to reopen our business that we had closed.
Garden Cove is no longer here. It is retired for the legacy.
Charles Bryant estimates restoring the building and starting the business will cost millions. However, the Sydneys have made it clear they have nothing to do with Bryant's concept or fundraising efforts.
It was a fraud. 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 Fraud.
Legacy.
Millions. It
was a fraud. Fraud. Fraud.
Legacy.
Fraud.
Legacy.
Fraud.
Legacy.
Fraud.
Legacy.
Fraud. It was a fraud.
This fundraiser is a fraudulent attempt to raise money using our name, our image, and our trademark without our permission. Ed and I thank you for the years of support.
It just kind of concerned us.
So Origin Foods isn't just a business idea, this is a sacred life mission. It's something we all experience every time we go to the grocery store. I work in a grocery store. Most of the people I see come through the line are utterly appalled at the prices of groceries, especially processed food. And then you take this cyclospora parasite going around. If you could actually know where the lettuce came from, if you could actually talk to the person who grew it and you actually knew how the lettuce was grown, if you could actually talk to the person who grew it and you actually knew how the lettuce.
Oh, damn, there's the Sanpaku eyes yet again. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Are you paying attention? Are you learning something here today? I hope so.
This is what 37 years old should look like. Okay, if you actually follow the health message. There are no filters here. It's late at night, and I've been working at Walmart. Okay? I am the founder of Origin Foods. My name is Charles Bryant. I am under calm lighting right now, and I know how this must look. But this is not to talk about my look. I'm the founder of Origin Foods. My name is Charles Bryant. I am under calm lighting right now. Okay? I am the founder of Origin Foods. My name is Charles Bryant. I am under calm lighting right now, and I know how this must look. But this is not to talk about my looks or about the health message. For a moment, I just want to pivot to my little art film that people don't seem to want to take seriously enough. Garden Cove produce, just so you all know. Let's just be clear. Let me just ask you guys this. When have you ever seen a grocery store that has a piano at the checkout and sources nothing but healthy, local, farm-to-table produce, things that you can actually trust, and is sold by owners who actually practice that diet and actually eat the food that they're selling. For those wondering why Origin Foods incorporates Balenciaga into its visual identity, the answer has been the same from the beginning. It goes back to Balenciaga's Fall 2024 Los Angeles collection, where Erewhon became...
This is so bloody weird. What a weirdo. What a weirdo.
...became a part of the styling, with luxury versions of grocery bags, coffee clutches, and even a runway look carrying organic produce. To me, that was a wake-up call. When a major fashion house is communicating the value of healthy food and grocery culture more boldly than the institutions that once championed it, we've lost the plot. Garden Cove understood that spirit decades ago. Origin Foods exists to bring it back.
I don't forget. I don't forgive demons, and I don't forget. I won't forgive. I won't forget your crimes. You will face judgment for what you've done.
Attention brain. This is your heart speaking, and I've got a
America is in a food crisis right now. Prices are already beyond what the average person can...
Hey, what's up, Munchkin? What's up, Munchkin? Namaste, namaste.
America is in a food crisis right now. Prices are already beyond what the average person can sustainably afford just to feed a family. People are already facing economic instability. Millions of Americans, every single...
Hey, what's up, Charles? What's up, little boy? What's up, creepy boy? What's up, creepy boy? You like to slander me for years? Do you like to slander me for years? Cursor magic. Cursor magic. Cursor. Cursor magic. Curse him. Curse him. Cursor magic.
Day. And here exists the infrastructure and the framework to solve it. I believe in this place. I've always believed in this place. My mother and I have eaten lunch here. The infrastructure and the framework to solve it. I believe in this place. I've always believed in this place. My mother and I have eaten lunch here. Framework to solve it. I believe in this place. I've always believed in this place. My mother and I have eaten lunch here for years. I've shopped at the church market at Oakwood for many years. I've circulated vintage cookbooks through the church market to the church. I worked at Garden Cove, of course. I shopped at Garden Cove. I still shop at Whole Foods and Sprouts. But the point is, it's become mainstream national news that we're facing serious issues with our supply chain, and grocery prices are set to explode in about 60 days, give or take. Heritage farm-to-table, from-scratch recipes that I look at. Yet the really care about the drama. I don't want the conflict. Really care about the drama. I don't want the conflict.
Yes, you do on YouTube. You've slandered me for years. You definitely do want drama and conflict. Don't lie, Charles. Stop lying. Stop lying, Charles Bryant of Origin Foods. We see you. We hear you. We know what you're doing.
You are scrolling past the single most viable consumer play in the market because it doesn't come with a software subscription fee, while you're funding yet another mediocre app that loses $40 million.
Oh my god, I thought these muffins would last. I'm probably gonna eat them up so fast, but...
Here, here!
I keep... Hey everyone, this is just a friendly reminder today that no matter where you are, there still has been a better way. There was always a better way, and just because...
He's wearing that cheesy mural from the old grocery store that closed down on his shirt. He's trying to leech off their fame and reputation in Huntsville, Alabama.
Because the prices are out of control today, and just because the ingredients are not what we used to be able to trust, and just because these cans have become too expensive, it doesn't mean that it was always this way, and it doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. I'm seeing a lot of this stuff every time. I keep posting every day, and I will continue to post every day, because if I don't, then history just gets erased. Then people that are trying to destroy...
You mock and laugh at me for posting every day. You call me crazy, insane, mentally ill. You're a real creep. You're a real slanderous creature. You've lied about me for years.
It is often said that... Hey, so I just want to clear some things up about Oakwood University and Oakwood Farm, since there are people who still seem to don't understand what I've been trying to point out. It's not against...
Well, I may be new to the business world and LinkedIn.
It just kind of concerned us that it was a fraud. People were going to send money to this person to reopen our business that we had closed.
Garden Cove is no longer here. It is retired, but the legacy.
Charles Bryant estimates restoring the building and starting the business will cost millions. However, the Sydneys have made it clear they have nothing to do with Bryant's concept or fundraising efforts.
It was a fraud. Fraud. It just kind of fraud.
Sydneys have made it clear they have nothing to do with Bryant's concept or fundraising efforts.
It was a fraud.
It is a fraud. Right on the screen is a fraud. You can see him. Charles Bryant is a fraud, and other people notice right where he lives in Huntsville, Alabama. They're calling him a fraud on the TV news. He was on the news called a fraud. He's known as a fraud in Huntsville, right there, personal details that are public from Huntsville, Alabama. He's a fraud. Charles Bryant in Huntsville is a fraud. He's known as a fraud. Hold on, what's this, everyone? WHNT News 19. Controversy brews over former Garden Cove site. June 30th, 2025, News 19. Let's see. Are they going to cover Charles Bryant? Maybe.
A health food legacy in Huntsville is at the center of some confusion and concern.
So plans for a new venture are stirring interest, and it's stirring controversy over whether it's connected to a once beloved local store. News 19's Dallas Parker spoke with
A health food legacy in Huntsville. A health food legacy in Huntsville is at the center of some confusion and concern.
So plans for a new venture are stirring interest, and it's stirring controversy over whether it's connected to a once beloved local store. News 19's Dallas Parker spoke with the family behind Garden Cove Natural Foods, who say they were never asked to be part of the project and want the community to be clear on where they stand.
That's right. Garden Cove served as a staple in Huntsville's community, offering access to affordable plant-based foods rooted in Seventh-day Adventist tradition. Now, a new concept is drawing attention, and the family behind Garden Cove says they are slightly concerned. Flyers for Origin Foods have circulated online and in person, with a link featuring images of the old Garden Cove you're seeing on your screen and its founders, Edna and artist Sydney. The former owners and operators say they were completely caught off guard.
Someone happened to see the flyer over the counter at the post office at Oakwood University, and they saw our name, the name of the store, and immediately they called me wondering if we were planning to reopen our store.
Now, the family says they were never contacted or asked permission by the founder of Origin Foods to be featured in this campaign, raising concern among former customers and longtime supporters of the Garden Cove legacy. Of course, coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear from the man behind plans for a new concept on the property, Origin Foods, what he has to say about his mission and fundraising.
Good evening, Tennessee Valley. You're watching News 19 at 6.
A new plan for a health food project in Huntsville is drawing both praise and controversy. That's our top story tonight. I'm Tamika Alexander.
Welcome in, everyone. I'm Greg Screws. Ben has the night off, and the man behind Origin Foods says he's reviving a powerful legacy rooted in community, nutrition, and history. But the family behind the beloved Garden Cove store says their name and image are being used without their consent. News 19 investigative reporter Dallas Parker has more. Garden Cove store says their name and image are being used without their consent. News 19 investigative reporter Dallas Parker has more.
For about a decade, the old Garden Cove Natural Foods building on Meridian Street is set empty. Now a new business hoping to carry on the tradition of Adventist vegetarianism at the same location has sparked debate over who owns its legacy and what should come next.
Someone happened to see the flyer over the counter at the post office at Oakwood University, and immediately they called me wondering if we were planning to reopen our store.
Artist and Edna Sidney say they were never contacted about the Origin Foods projects, and now they worry former customers are being misled into thinking they are involved.
It just kind of concerned us that it was a fraud. People were going, send money to this person. It was a fraud. People were going, that it was a fraud. People were
involved.
It just kind of concerned us that it was a fraud. People were going. It just kind of concerned us that it was a fraud. People were going, send money to this person to reopen our business that we had closed.
But Charles Bryant says it's no fraud, and reopening Garden Cove was never the plan. He says Origin Foods is entirely new, centered on affordable heritage-based vegetarian meals inspired by his time working at Garden Cove in the past.
Our plan is to revive recipes that remind you of things your grandmother might have made. True, authentic vegetarian food that's not performative, but actually lands with everyone, meat eaters alike.
Bryant says the QR code on his flyer featured Garden Cove's building and images of the Sidneys to show respect, not imply affiliation. He acknowledges the flyer may have caused some confusion.
So maybe that was on us to not be so vague and to be a little bit more specific as to what we were bringing back.
Garden Cove is no longer here. It is retired, but the legacy.
And despite the tension, he says he still wants some confusion.
So maybe that was on us to not be so vague and to be a little bit more specific as to what we were bringing back.
Garden Cove is no longer here. It is
the flyer may have caused some confusion.
So maybe that was on us to not be so vague and to be a little bit more specific as to what we were bringing back.
Garden Cove is no longer here. It is
we were bringing.
What a creep he is. What a creep. What a liar. What a thief. What a copycat. What a fraud. Look at the beak on him. He slanders me all over YouTube, this creature. And hundreds support this creature, this fraud. Sickening.
The flyer may have caused some confusion.
So maybe that was on us to not be so vague and to be a little bit more specific as to what we were bringing back.
Garden Cove is no longer here. It is retired, but the legacy.
And despite the tension, he says he still wants to honor the past. Bryant says he hopes to buy.
He's trying to steal from the darkies.
Past. Bryant says he hopes to buy the past. Says he still wants to honor the past.
Legacy.
And despite the tension, he says he still wants to honor the past.
The legacy.
And despite the tension.
But the legacy.
And despite the tension, he says he's
the legacy.
And despite the tension, he says he still wants to honor the past. Bryant says he hopes to buy the old building, partner with local farms and schools, and bring dignity and affordability to healthy food.
You know, Garden Cove worked in 1985, but it wouldn't work in 2025. But Origin Foods will, and it'll 1985, but it wouldn't work in 2025. But Garden Cove worked in 1985, but it, you know, Garden Cove worked in 1985, but it wouldn't work in 2025. But Origin Foods will, and it'll carry that message forward.
Charles Bryant estimates restoring the building and starting the business will cost millions. However, the Sidneys have made it clear that
85, but it wouldn't work in 2025. But Origin Foods will, and it'll carry that message forward.
Charles Bryant estimates restoring the building and starting the business will cost millions. However, the Sidneys have made it clear they have nothing to do with Bryant's concept or fundraising efforts.
On the property, Origin Foods, what he has to say about his mission and fundraising. from the man behind plans for a new concept on the property, Origin Foods, what he has to say.
It just kind of concerned us that it was a fraud. People were going, send money to this person to reopen our business that we had closed.
Garden Cove is no longer here. It is retired for the legacy.
Charles Bryant estimates restoring the building and starting the business will cost millions. However, the Sydneys have made it clear
He doesn't have a pot to piss in, much less millions.
Well, I'm back at Oakwood Farms again today.
What a creepy, creepy creature. And he's been exposed in this yet again. Exposed for the fraud that he is. Creepy creature, total fraud, a lying criminal demon.